Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade of the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
What? I'm your host, James.
And James has gone full, and we've said it before. You never go full retard. It's in the movie. It's in the movie. Ladies and gentlemen, this week we are going to be mind-fucking our way into Season 7, Episode 8, Sleeper.
Yes, we will be doing that, as Jeremy said. Yeah.
We always do what I say.
Do we?
No, actually, rarely.
How are you, Jeremy? How you been? What's new? What's exciting? How's life? How's the wife and kids?
You mean since an hour ago?
Yeah.
Everything's fine and dandy on my end. The wife and kids, how do I say this? I killed them.
Okay.
They're in the rose garden now.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? How are the wife and kids?
Good. They're good.
Tell me, do you hit them a lot?
I don't hit them at all.
You should. Let's be honest. I've met them. You should.
Wow. That is your sister and your nieces and nephews. How can you say that?
Well, I'm in an alternate reality. It's not my sister. It's just
okay.
it's just some random. It's some rando, and some little snot nosed brats that you should hit more often.
Wow.
So anyway,
this Zoom program is awesome. Then, if it's connecting us multi-dimensionally.
Yeah, we're on parallel planes.
Nice.
It's the multiverse of madness. But it's not like too extreme to where like we connect and you're like in this fiery dimension of some hellscape. It's just there's just a few little differences, and I got to tell you, I like the James that doesn't have the little shitheads running around. I just got to be honest. Anyway, James, how about... I don't know, do we have anything to discuss? Do we need to chew on any fat before we begin this week's episode?
No, I don't think so. Unless is there anything you want to talk about? Or?
Well, I would like to say, and this will be pulling the curtain back a bit and kind of letting you know when we are recording this, but Catherine O'Hara passed away. James?
She did.
And that's sad. I didn't even know she was sick, or I don't know. I don't know what she died of, but...
Yeah, I haven't seen yet. She was 71 apparently, but I haven't seen if they've said, like, if she was sick or not, or if she just died of old age.
Well, I feel like 71 isn't dying of old age, So.
I agree 100%.
Because I am in fact 71 and I'm not dead yet.
Aren't you though?
Only on the inside. So now, Kevin McAllister will be home alone forever, as both of his parents are now worm food.
Yeah.
Home alone forever. Because that bastard Buzz ain't gonna do anything for him.
No.
Well, and I think we could probably agree that Buzz is probably in prison, right?
100% he's in prison.
Yeah,
he's doing a hard time.
I actually think the actor has been in a lot of trouble with the law, not in recent years. So I think so. I think I remember reading something about that. So Anyway, I guess that's the only fat we're gonna chew.
Yeah, I guess.
Catherine O'Hara, rip.
However it goes.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. So, in that case, why don't you whip us up some homemade, from scratch, dates and deets for this week's episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
All right. Well, as previously stated, we will be mind-fucking our way into Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, Episode 8, the 130th episode of the series overall, Sleeper. Our credited writers this week, David Fury and Jane Espenson, and our credited director is Alan J. Levi. Our original broadcast air date was November 19th, 2002 on the now defunct UPN network.
Open.
Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 3.0, ranking at 97 out of the 129 primetime shows airing across network television that week, and 3 out of the 11 primetime shows airing on UPN that week. Our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, and Allison Hannigan as Willow. Our guest stars this week include Robin Lee as Charlotte, Rob Nagel as Robson, Lisa J as Linda, and Lindy Christopher as Nora. And our special guest star this week, let's give him a big round of applause, everybody, Anthony Stewart Head as Giles.
Indubitably.
So we open as Spike is digging a shallow grave for the body of the woman we saw him murder at the end of last week's episode, while he hums the jaunty English tune Early One Morning before tossing her body unceremoniously into the grave. And that's our cold open. Like, that's literally our cold open.
Yeah, keep going. I'm having issues.
Alrighty. Then we cut to London. Or when we come back, we are in London and we see a gentleman arriving at an apartment as he's calling for someone named Nora, who he subsequently finds dead on the ground.
Dead.
As he approaches her, we see one of those robed figures attack with a dagger. The man fights him off, but another robed figure attacks and stabs the man dead.
Yeah, he sneaks around the corner. He's just like, Dip! He just like, yeah. He's like, oh fuck my ass! I didn't check my blind spots.
Yes, he stabs him and drops him dead next to Nora's body. At which point we then cut to the Summers home, which is still a disaster, and Willow arrives to find little Dawnie all in shock. Dawn proceeds to try to tell Willow about what happened and how she saw the ghostly angelic form of Joyce, but Willow explains to her that it was just the new big bad mind fucking them all over Sunnydale.
Hey, James.
Yes, sir?
Do we actually, in fact, believe that Joyce has gone to heaven?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like she was a decent enough person.
Okay. All right, then. Just checking.
Well, you think she wasn't a decent enough person?
No, I think she's burning in hell.
Okay.
No, I really do. She She was a godless heathen. Um, who did? No, I don't. I just.
Wow.
I just was asking. I just wanted to see what you would say. See if you would maybe give me something to play off of. But fail. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
And then we cut to Xander's apartment, and Buffy storms in, and it's like 4:30 in the morning, according to Xander. Excuse me. And
Bless your little heart.
And she demands to know where Spike is, and Xander has kind of a funny line here. He's like, I don't know, Buff. He's a creature of the night. He's out creaturing.
What does a neutered creature of the night do while they're out creaturing?
I don't. That's a good question.
Like, they just do what normal people do then. So, I guess.
So Buffy fills Xander in on this new information she was just given by Spike, and they have a little conversation about Buffy. Buffy basically doesn't want to believe it because the chip is still working. But then her and Xander are also wonder aloud if maybe it's just been an act and Spike's chip isn't working. At which point Spike comes back, and Buffy mentions Holden Webster trying to get a reaction out of him, but he doesn't give her any kind of reaction. He just remains calm and heads off to bed. At which point they being Xander and Buffy, decide that since they have things to do, but they can't leave Spike alone, they are going to get Anya to come over and watch him. At which point we then cut to later, and Anya is there, and her and Xander are having a little scuffle about how she doesn't like the idea of being there alone, weaponless, with Spike if he's evil again. And Xander tells her that she's not supposed to confront him anyway, just that if he leaves, then she needs to call Buffy and let Buffy know. And then we cut to the Summers house, and what's going on there, Jeremy? Are you back up and ready?
Well, I am. Buffy returns to find the downstairs part of the house utterly trashed. Like, not a little bit of kind of fucked up, like fucking destroyed.
Destroyed.
So
they should just take this opportunity
she gets up
to do just like a full front room remodel. Maybe a nice bay window with a sitting bench there.
No.
Oh. Okay.
So so Buffy makes it up to Dawn's room. She's all like, Dawn, and Willow's just coming out of her room. She's like, let's chill the fuck out. She's fucking fine. Don't be one of those fucking Karens. And she's like, listen, it was just a big bad for the season. Was fucking with her, and she's like, but why is the downstairs just fucking destroyed? And she's like, listen, most of that was Dawn. Like, that bitch has no fucking sense. She will destroy her own shit. She is the type of animal who will, in fact, shit where it eats. And Buffy's like, who raised this fucking mongrel? And she's like, your mom. And that's why she's in hell. So yeah, they start talking about, Willow's telling her about how this thing also appeared to her, and that it's obviously the the big scary thing that's been coming for a while, and yada yada, and so then we cut back to Xander's apartment, and Anya now has a nice pointy stake, and she is slipping into Spike's bedroom. And she begins going through his clothes and his pockets and the drawers of his dresser and just all this stuff, trying to find evidence, apparently, that he is a serial killer and keeping pieces of his victims. I'm like, Anya, you're a fucking 1,000 years old. He's just a vampire. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here? Well, she gets caught. Spike snatches a hold of her and he's like, look here, bitch. You better tell me right away what you're doing in my room, or I'm going to smack you in the gabba. And,
you didn't tell me you were going to pull audio directly from the episode.
So, she, of course, in her normal, awkward, unbelievable way, is like, well, I'm obviously here for the sex. And he's like, okay. And so they fuck.
They go to Pound Town.
And it was strange because it was like hardcore XXX porn at this point. And I'm like, wow, how much did they have to pay the actors to do this on broadcast television? And well, the answer is not very much. So no, so he basically rebuffs her advances and she doesn't really want to advance, but she didn't want to get caught. So I guess she was willing to go full tilt, just to not get caught because it's Anya. So a little bit while later, she's out in the living room thumbing through a Playgirl magazine because she has to rub one out now, see? And Spike finally comes out of his bedroom. He's dressed and everything, and he's like, sorry, love, didn't mean to hurt your feelings. She's like, my feelings aren't hurt, you piece of shit! And she just spits loogie right in his face. And he's like, okay. No, he's like, listen, I got to go. I got people to kill. And she's like, deuces, bitch.
Deuces. He's like, listen, I'm gonna go because I've got women to have sex with that aren't you. So peace.
Right. And I got a little bit of moitering to do. And she's like, whatevs, bro. So as soon as he leaves, she picks up the phone. And I think the problem we're having, James, is from my end, because I just got a notification that my internet connection is unstable.
Uh-oh.
So if I go away, pray for me. So
I pray for you every day as it is.
Hamana.
Jeremy. Hamana.
Hooker. So he leaves, and as soon as he does, she picks up the phone and narcs him out. Just immediately narcs him right out.
Fucking narc.
To Phoebe Buffay, the vampire slayer. Then we cut to Spike. By the way, and I wanted to ask you this because I wasn't sure what was going on here. We get this little scene of a guy just fucking wailing on a harmonica. I mean, he is ripping this fucker to shreds. And Spike stops and he's like, God damn, son, get it! And, no. My question is, have we ever seen this promenade, as Buffy later calls it, this area of Sunnydale that he is prowling?
I don't think so.
Yeah, and I don't think we ever see it again.
It may just be like the Main Street Sunnydale set, but like close
it didn't
up.
Look to me anything even remotely near the Main Street Sunnydale. I was like, this is either an entirely new set, or they are filming on another set, some other production, or on some type of location, because I don't believe we ever see this place again.
It's possible.
And we had never seen it prior, and it just looks weird. It's like, how do I explain it? Well, if you've seen the episode, you know, but it's like everyone in Sunnydale is there on this night. Like, it's fucking packed. And he's, prowling through it and scanning for dinner, frankly. So we see that a Buffy is following him, and okay, I wanted to talk about this part too. So he sees this woman in the crowd, all right, and she's like in line for something. You don't really know what. It could be a movie, could be a male strip club, who the fuck knows, but she's in line for something. And he literally just kind of walks up to her, and he's like, hey, well, you don't hear what he says. He just puts his, he just kind of leans into her ear and whispers something, and she's like, me? You want to go off with me over into that alley? KK? Like, he just says like 3 words to her, and then she goes off with him into this alley. And meanwhile, he's being all shifty and looking around like, can anybody see us here? Do you think this is a good murder spot, lady?
Excuse me, miss. Do you think this is a good place to murder you?
Would you like to die in this exact location? So, and then on top of that, this woman is like really fucking putting it on him. She's just like, listen, let's skip the bullshit. I'm a slut. You're a fucking man whore. Let's get some nasties going on.
Let's just get right here in this alley.
Yeah, because she's like, let me guess, you're a bad boy. She's like, that's okay. I like it bad. And then I'm just like, whoa. So he just only had to say like 4, maybe 6 words to her. And she's like, okay, I'm already naked. And we're in an alley. And my butt is in trash.
That's just how I like it.
Just how I like it. Banana peels and pizza crusts. And I'm going to Pound Town. So then he vamps. And he begins to, eat her for dinner. And meanwhile, Buffy has lost track of him. Because the crowd was so fucking thick, full of ham and eggers and numbskulls. Plus, she's only fucking 3'11", so she can't see over a fucking child. So she lost track of him. So she doesn't see any of this. She sees him go up to her initially, and that kind of stuff, but she doesn't see anything after that.
Right.
But before he vamps and eats this woman, quote unquote Buffy walks up to him and is all like, you want it, and I want you to have it. And he's just like, okay, and then eats the lady.
Yep.
And then quote unquote Buffy is like, ooh, how could you? And as he kind of leaves, she morphs into Spike. And she's like, and he's all like, how could you use a poor maiden so? And punches himself directly in the dick.
Right in the fucking dick.
For no reason. He's just like, exclamation point. Then, that would have been a commercial break. And when we come back, she barges into his room and literally kicks him off his own fucking bed, James. His own goddamn bed.
Yeah. Well, it's Xander's extra bed, but whatever.
Well, true enough, but just okay. So here's
No, go ahead, and then I want to mention something about this room specifically.
here's how I'm picturing the timeline of events. He gets up, he leaves. Anya calls, blah blah blah. He goes to the promenade. He walks around for a little bit. He finds this chick. He eats her. He heads straight home, gets undressed, and goes back to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so what? Vampires only operate for a couple hours a night, and then you got to go back to bed. Like, what are you, a child? Like a child? Like what's happening here?
But we do know that he buries her because she pops up later in the episode.
True. I'm just saying the way it's shot.
Oh yeah,
it makes in the way and like. Like once Buffy lost track of him, it's clear that she just said, okay, I'm going back to Xander's and I'll catch him there. Right. And it's like, okay, that was a very short trip, Spike. Like, why even get up out of bed at all? Like... Okay.
Now, something I want to point out. Did you notice that in the room that Spike is staying in, there is a drawing table on one wall like architects use?
Yeah.
So are we supposed to believe that Xander is like drawing architectural designs,
making the blueprints for the things he's building?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, apparently he is a trained architect, a master craftsman and foreman of a multi-million-dollar school building project. Now remember 2 seasons ago he was like slinging dick for a living,
right.
Basically. But now, having barely graduated high school, never stepping foot into either a college or a trade school, he is now. Yeah, his level of advancement is ridiculous. And every time he leaves for work, he's got his suit on, his briefcase, and he's got the blueprints rolled up, and he carries them under his arm. And I'm like, no. Contractors, even the foreman of the site is doing labor.
Right.
Like, what are we doing here? You're not the fucking engineer. You're not the architect. What are we doing here?
Right.
But yeah, that's just more, frankly, bad writing. They're just like, that's their blah, blah, blah writing. Like, well, Xander, and he did his few things, blah, 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 and now he's an architect and an engineer. He took a mail-away course. It was like a 2-month-long course. He now has a PhD in pimpery. Which, as everyone knows, when you have a PhD in pimpery, you're allowed to do anything you want. He could even be a doctor. He could go to the hospital and say, "Nurse, give me my lab coat stat." And he's now Dr. Harris.
Xander has gone from barely graduating high school to architect and engineer in quicker time than it took Mario to go from plumber to doctor.
Quicker time than it took Princess Peach to repeatedly get kidnapped by the same fucking thing. What?
What? Huh?
No one gets that. Where did I leave off? So yeah, she barges in on Spike, kicks him out of his own borrowed bed, demanding to know whether he killed the woman. And he is like, "What woman?" And she's like, "The whore." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, now, okay. Yes, I did. I killed her." And
she's like, "The whore?" And Spike's like, You're
gonna have to be more specific.
I'm gonna really need you to narrow that down a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, "Now, are we talking you? Because no, I didn't kill you." And she's like, "Are you calling me a whore?" He's like, "Hey, you fucking said it." No. So he's playing it like, well, you don't know if he's playing it or if he's being legit, but he seems to have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And then, specifically about a specific person. But he's like, yeah, I go out and I see people and blah blah blah, and they have kind of a big thing about how he, went to hell and back to get his soul, all for her, and
which he did not, by the way.
I know.
He did not. I will frequently keep reminding everybody that is not, in fact, what happened.
I know.
Listen, I don't care how hard the writers try to retcon it.
As a huge fan of Spike, I am here with you in the same camp. He did not, as it was written and as it was shot, he was not there to get his fucking soul. It simply worked out that way for the writers, and they were like, oh, let's just go with this and pretend like we meant it all along.
Yep.
So fuck them and their lying bullshit, James. So, and he's all like, well, no, I couldn't do any of this. The chip and plus my soul and she's like, listen, dude, there are fucking millions of serial killers out there that have souls and they're still fucking he's like, fair fact. Just having a soul doesn't mean really jack shit, honestly. Huh. And now that I think about it, Buff, when I was William, I had killed a few bitches. Okay. So he's all like, you're just doing this because you're jealous because of this other girl. But they don't mean anything to me. They're how I pass the time. They're how I'm able to cope and blah, 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 because I will always love you. And, so yeah, but she's just like, ugh. And, he's like, the chip was forced into my head, but I went to hell and back to get my soul for you. And she's like, you're what, the Kia Soul that you drive? And he's like, yeah. I had to go to fucking Bakersfield to pick that fucking thing up. Like, have you ever been to Bakersfield, for fuck's sake? He starts kind of realizing that there are kind of gaps in his memory, certain little like things he's not remembering. But he's like, no, I didn't kill anyone because, I didn't feed on human blood because I know that taste and I know what it does to me, and I would, I would know. And he's like, so, And she's like, fine, I'll find proof then. And she storms out. And I'm like, shouldn't you be like, okay, then let's go find some proof that you didn't do this. Let's clear your name.
Right.
But no, she's like, I'm going to go find proof that you're a murderer, and then I'm going to come back and I'll fucking stab you in the chest with wood.
Stink you.
And I'm just like, geez, Buff, could you be a little more of a bitch?
She's always straight to the killing.
I know. Like, oh, Anya, she's been a demon again for a day. Gots to murder. Listen, sorry. There's literally no other thing we could do, guys. There's no other options. None. We have exhausted all options, and now it's time for killing. That's right. All I can do.
Right.
For literally anyone else of you in this room, I will go to the ends of the earth to find other ways to help you. But in Anya's case, steps 1 through 10 are all murder.
All murder. All murder.
Yeah. Yep. And for some reason, Anya is still going to hang out with us and help us.
Yeah.
When she should be telling us all to fuck all the way off.
All the way off. All the way
off. So then we cut back to Buffy's house, and the gal squad, her, Willow, Anya, and Dawn, decide they're going to do some research. Oh, here we go. Here we go, James. They're going to do some research in an attempt to find proof that Spike is or isn't fucking guilty of this. So, Willow finds, Anya says, well, can't we just look up, if there's been an increase in neck trauma deaths? And I'm like, yeah, we can, because in the Buffyverse, that's totally fine. We just go on to tellmewhatinedtoknow.com. We type in... No, we go to tellmewhatinedtoknow.com. We type in neck trauma deaths, and then it pulls all information from each morgue, however many morgues are in this city, hospitals, everything, and it gives us a compiled list, nice and clean, lets us know what's up. But because Willow's immediately like, no, there's been no increase in neck trauma deaths. Oh, but wait a minute. Oh, there has been an increase in missing persons. She's like, it looks like 8. No, 10. And Buffy's like, Buffy's like, there you go.
You know what I just realized, dude?
What?
Not that it matters now.
What?
We forgot to give our episode synopsises at the beginning.
Oh, we did. You fucking constantly do that shit. God damn, you constantly do that. Like, normally I catch you and I'm like, no.
Yep.
You're going to have to write a goddamn format so that you follow it each time. God, what a failure.
Let's just start over.
All right, let's delete the last 37 minutes. Where the hell did I... Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So she says, no, but there have been, 10... There are 10 missing. Mostly women. And I'm like, mostly? Like, why would he even take dudes? Like... You know what I mean? Like, I don't think serial killers operate that way. They're not like, well, listen, I can't get the blonde, blue-eyed chick that looks like my mom today, so I'm just going to go kill Ralph. Because fuck it. Ralph down at the fucking AutoZone. Fuck it, he's getting it tonight. But anyway, so... But now all of a sudden, Buffy's not quite convinced that Spike's the culprit. And they're just like, and I'm like, wait a minute. You've been convinced he was the culprit for like 2 scenes now. Now Willow finds all this information about all these missing people, and now you're like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't think Spike is it. Like, it's so weirdly written, this episode.
Yeah.
Like, put her... Okay. Like I said, 1 second she's convinced it's him, the next second she's like, I don't think it can be him. And I'm like, okay, can we give her some Ritalin and have her make a fucking decision one way or the other? So then we cut to Spike there at Xander's. And he's getting ready to go out for a night on the prowl once again. And he reaches into his coat pocket. Which, by the way, what happened to his sweet leather trench coat?
It probably got damaged in the rains in Africa.
Okay. Because now he's wearing this goofy, like... I don't even know what to call it. It's leather, but it's like this like goofy like bomber jacket. It just doesn't fit his character, And
he's also, I don't know if he's wearing like cargo pants.
Yeah, with kind of like these hiking shoe boot things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening?
Right.
Like it's like they wanted to play with his wardrobe. It's because we'll see that it goes back to old Spike, but I don't know, they wanted to play with his wardrobe at one point, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like, there's one scene in this where he's wearing, like, those cargo pants, but they keep putting him in, like, dress-type shirts. Like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. Not to mention at the end of the episode, he's wearing like a purple one-piece bathing suit, a woman's bathing suit.
Yes.
And it's thong in the back. It's so weird.
It's disturbing.
Yeah. So anyway, so he reaches into his coat pocket before he leaves, and he finds that pack of cigarettes that the woman had put down in front of him last episode. And he kind of gets a flash of her then, and kind of, meeting with her and whatnot there at the Bronze. So then he's like, I must go do some Rockford filing. And he
No one's going to understand that reference.
That's true. How about some Spencer for hiring?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. Well, then fuck all of you that don't get them. So he goes to leave, and Xander appears to be sitting at the kitchen table eating cereal.
And drinking beer.
And it looks like it's about 9-10 o'clock at night, whatever. He jumps up and blocks the door, and he's like, no. Buffy said you can't go anywhere while they're investigating, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, listen, you got to let me go. I've got some ideas. I want to go do some Rockford filing. And
Xander's like, what? And then Spike's like, I'm going to go do some Spencer for hiring. And Xander's like, I don't, what?
He's like, listen, I'm going to go do some Columboing. And then Xander's like, listen, I'm not following you. So Spike fucking punches him in the fucking head and knocks him out cold, because it only takes one punch to knock out Xander, because he's a bitch.
Right, because he's a bitch.
And by the way, we've talked about this before. This poor bastard... Well, that, yeah. But this poor bastard is not long for this earth, because he has suffered some serious CTE in this show.
Yes. It's funny you mentioned that, because so at the time, that little peek behind the curtain here, at the time that we're recording this episode, the season 6 finale just dropped.
Earlier this week, yeah.
And we talk about how much CTE Xander probably has.
Okay. He's got a shitload, dude, because he has been KO'd so many times, and even the times when he wasn't completely knocked out, he still received some massive fucking head trauma. Yeah. And as we understand head trauma now, how we didn't understand it even then, he's fucking fucked. Like, at this point, he is, he's probably hallucinating. He's having fucking mood shifts. He's trying to Benoit his wife, if anybody gets that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Xander is a fucking terror at this point, in continuity, in modern day continuity. So he's knocked out. Of course, as soon as he does it, Spike's like, ah! And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. If that's all it is, like, he could have been doing that all this time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, going all the way back to season, 4, when he gets the chip, he could have still just grabbed a motherfucker and been like, snap, and just been like, oh, little headache. Okay, no big deal. That motherfucker's still dead. Right?
I mean, that's always been the extent of it, though. Anytime he tries to hurt a human, that's always just been the extent of it. The chip goes off, and he's like, it hurts so bad, but then it goes away right away.
Yeah, I guess so. And now, I guess I'm just now realizing how fucking
stupid it is.
How limp that is, and why 3 seasons on are we still even? We should have pretended like that chip. Like, as soon as the abortion that was season 4 was over, we should have pretended like, ooh, yeah, let's just say that in the time between season 4 and 5, he met a witch doctor in Zimbabwe, and they traded petrified testicles, and he took the chip out of his head. Let's just do that, because we didn't really think this one through, guys, because he can still commit mass murder. He just gets a little headache. Like, it's not that deep. So, anyway, I digress. Yeah, he cold cocks Xander, knocks him the fuck out, and rolls out. He then arrives at the Bronze, where who is performing, James? Amy Mann. The one and only female Tom Petty, as I've always called her.
Yeah. That's fairly accurate, I would say, yeah.
She looks like him. She dresses like him. She is the female Tom Petty.
When Amy Mann first came on screen, Darlene was like, "Is she 10 feet tall?"
No. I think she's tall-ish, for a woman, but I think it's also the fact that she only weighs 11 pounds. And so I think she's probably, if I had to guess, I'd say 5'8", 5'9" or so. And then being literally only 11 pounds makes her look like Manute Bol. So, yeah, she's quite large, or looks that way. So Amy Mann is performing whilst Spike is perusing the goods of the Bronze. He's asking anybody and everybody, "Hey, you ever seen me before? Okay. Have you ever seen me talking to a woman before? Okay. Have you seen that woman lately?" And they're like, "Dude, can I go do my job? I have a job to do." So, after asking 3 or 4 people, he completely gives up and goes upstairs and sits down at one of the tables up there and begins drinking heavily and using intravenous drugs.
I love the fact that he goes up there and he starts drinking from his own flask.
Yeah, he brought his own flask with him. He's like, listen, we talked about it last week. Motherfucker ain't got no money.
He ain't got money. He ain't
got no money for no drink. He's like, listen, if I go up there, nobody will see me. I can just, hit the old flask. Which he does. At which point, a woman comes up to him and just begins, aggressively hitting on him. And she's African American.
She is.
It's very, listen, James, it's very interracial, this scene. So anyway,
that won't fly in today's America.
That's not today's America, that's for fucking sure. No, so she begins literally though, aggressively hitting on him, and he's like, "Yo," and then he's basically like, "Listen, just leave me alone. I'm not interested. Thanks." And then she vamps out, and he's like, "Oh fuck, did I?" And she's like,
"Did I?"
You did, bro.
Yeah, I did.
And he's like, "Fuck, I must be guilty of all the other shit too." And she's like, "Listen, I don't know what the other shit is, but I'd guess yes." Mm-hmm. So while Amy Mann is not she's not rocking out. She's doing what Amy Mann does, which I'm not really sure what that is, but she's doing her Amy Mann stuff. And while she's playing and everybody's watching and some people are dancing, they are having a karate fight upstairs. And
they're having a karate fight.
Yeah. And at one point she reaches over and grabs this wooden, it looks like a vase, but it's apparently wooden. I couldn't really tell what the fuck it was. It happened so quickly. Yeah. And I didn't care enough to rewind, but it's this big hollow tube. It's like this. It looks like a vase, but apparently it's wooden. So she grabs it to try to hit him with it, but he blocks it and grabs it away from her and stabs her with it. She falls over the railing, and when she hits the floor in the dance, like in the dance area, she dusts. So it was something made of wood. And everybody stops. The band stops. Everybody, they all look. They're like, anyway, and they go back to their thing. The band starts replaying, and everybody just starts doing their thing, and they're like, another vampire, no biggie. So, meanwhile, Buffy has now arrived. There is that the bronze that she's at? That's what I was confused about, because I don't remember the bronze having a doorman.
No,
and
no.
Okay.
No, it's a different club.
Okay, she's at some club, talking to the doorman bouncer guy. You know, have you seen this? Have you seen this man? Her name is Sarah Connor. Have you seen her? And he's like, and he's like, I will kill you. Give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. And he's like, I don't even have boots or a motorcycle. And he's like, then just give me your clothes.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this the first time we find out that Billy Idol stole his look from Spike and not vice versa?
No, don't you remember? God, it was probably... season 2? What was the season where he was basically the big bad? Wasn't that season 2?
That was season 2.
Yeah, she gets into an argument at one point, Buffy and Spike. They get into, verbal altercation, and she basically says something like, okay, you Billy Idol, reject. And he's like, actually, Billy Idol stole his look from me. And so that's like a callback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Huh.
I know. Because you hate Spike.
Spike.
I know. And I hate you for it. Where was I? Oh yeah, she's talking to the bouncer guy. And she's and she's like, have you seen the guy? And he's like, what, the Billy Idol look-alike dude? And that's when she does the line, and then he's like, listen, I don't fucking know. He's like, the dude leaves here every night with a different chick. And I'm like, does he? Because we've seen him leave the bronze multiple nights with different chicks. Like, where are we at in this fucking world?
How does time work here?
They're bad about that. They have always been bad about that on this show of clearly letting you know where the fuck you are and when the fuck you are.
Yeah.
So anyway, we cut back to the bronze, and Amy Mann and her band are heading off stage, and you hear her say, man, I hate playing Vampire Towns. And I was like, oh, ba-dum. And I was like, why? But anyway. And we see in the foreground of that shot that Spike is on, boys and girls, what we call a payphone. That's where you would put coins into a telephone and make a phone call. So he calls,
and we're gonna see a payphone in a few episodes from now, and attached to that payphone is what we used to call a phone book.
Right.
It was a book where everybody's phone number and address were listed.
Right. This is before you couldn't just get on your little Google machine and type in, hey, tell me what I need to know.com, and it would just shit out everything about everyone who's ever lived. You actually had to do a little work.
Yep. Isn't that wild though that phone books used to have people's addresses in them too?
Well, you just had to call the phone company and tell them you wanted to be unlisted.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't difficult. It was just people were lazy and didn't do it. I take it you guys were lazy and didn't do it.
Oh, I have no idea, honestly.
Well, punch yourself, okay? So I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Where did I leave off? So he's on the payphone
interaction later. He told me to hit myself, and I don't even know why.
I didn't even do anything.
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, so he places a call to Buffy, who actually answers on her cell phone. Okay. All right. Her flip phone, but still, it's a cell phone.
Right.
And she's like, yo, go for Buster. And,
go for Buster.
And he's like,
first, I thought we talked about that. Don't answer your phone that way.
It's not cool. It's not cool.
And second, I think I've done some really, really bad shit.
Yeah. He's like, I just remembered. So you remember that talk we were having the other night? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, so I think maybe I am a serial killer. And she's like, well, what makes you think that? And he's like, I just killed someone who I had made into a vampire. And she's like, okay. Yeah.
So you killed them twice.
So you have now killed one person twice. And he's like, wow, thanks for reminding me, for my soul, so that I can cry about this later. And then he says, meet me at this house, and gives her an address. It's like 1604 Fuckface Lane. And that's all she needs. She's like, 1604 Fuckface Lane. I'll meet you there in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And fuck off, dude. I don't care how small your town is. Like, I don't give a... And this is not a small town because, by the way, we see somewhere, it was either last episode or this episode, we see a population sign that says, like, 39,000 people or some shit like that. So it's not like this is some tiny little fucking, one stoplight town. Right. And she's just like, oh, okay, 1604 Fuckface Lane. I know right where that's at. BRB. And they hang up. And he's like, meet me there at dark with your eyes closed.
With your eyes closed.
And don't bring any weapons. And don't bring any weapons. Yeah.
Right.
So, fake Spike appears to real Spike, and he's like, this is not part of the plan. You're fucking up everything. And,
I like
you're
how
deviating from the plan.
I like how listen, I love the fact that you're doing a Spike impression. I love it even more that literally the accent changes every single time. I love everything about it.
I use every English dialect that I know.
Yeah, like in one scene he's straight up Cockney, another scene he's from the East End of London.
Yeah, the next one he's like high British and
right. He's a proper Brit. Yeah,
I'm a proper Brit. See, so, but he's like, you're deviating from the plan, and you're not supposed to call her. It's nowhere near time yet. And then he's like, but we can work around it. And I'm like, can you? Fucking can you? And
you seem to be making an awfully big deal about it for something you can just work around.
Yeah, if it's not such a big deal, why don't you shut all the way the fuck up? So they both arrive apparently at this house at basically the same time, and Buffy leads her down into this or tries to lead her down into the basement, but she stays at the top of the stairs, and he's like, come on, love, come on down. And she's like, so in Watcher Training 101, this probably isn't the best idea. And he's like, fair enough. And then I'm like, is it? Because then how are you going to show her what you're trying to show her? So she finally comes down. And he starts explaining to her. He's like, I believe I have murdered many, many people. Including the bird that owned this house.
Yeah.
Including the bird that owned this house. And Buffy's like, damn, really? And he's like, and she was in her 70s. Buffy's like, oh my fucking God. What?
I would also like to point out here again real quick. This basement floor
is dirt. Yep.
Dirt.
Yep, dirt.
Like what?
And just out of fairness, well, let's be honest, James, because this is the exact same set. That's why it's dirt again. It's just redressed. But I have been in many, many, many basements in my life. Many basements. Never seen one with a dirt floor.
Me either. Me either.
Pretty sure that's just not. I'm not saying it couldn't be. I guess you could have a dirt floor basement, but I'm pretty sure if you had a dirt floor basement, your entire house would be so dirty and dusty and filthy. Like the furnace is right there. It's just gonna suck. One run of the furnace is gonna completely clog the filter.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
It would be pretty stupid. So, but he's like, look, love, I buried them all here in the dirt. And she's just like, oh my God, you sick fuck. So, by the way, she's got a steak with her. She brought a not Mr. Pointy, but one of Mr. Pointy's cousins. She brought with her.
Yeah, Dr. Pointy.
Right, Dr. Pointy, right. The fake Spike is there too, and he's taunting the real Spike and fucking with his head the whole time and saying like, "Don't you want to lick her coochie again?" And he's like, "Oh!" Like, what the fuck? I'm here for murder stuff. And so fake Spike starts humming this tune again that's throughout this episode, and a little bit of last episode has been the tune that's been used to basically hypnotize and fuck with Spike's brain. And then the real Spike, vamps out and just attacks Buffy all of a sudden and grabs up a piece of broken glass and cuts her. And she's like, fucking really? This is a brand new sweater, you fucking cunt.
Now here, I'm gonna cut in here real quick. So, actually, you know what? Go ahead, finish first. I'll hold it. I'll hold it.
Okay. So they begin a full out karate fight, and she is pretty much whipping his ass as always. I mean, as always, she's pretty much kicking Spike's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, we start seeing hands and arms busting up from the dirt. So apparently, all of these people he's moited he didn't just moiter them; he turned them. So they are now all coming after her at once. And yeah, so she starts fighting them, but they overpower her basically, and they're holding her. And the fake Spike is like, "There you go, go up there and give her a little lick," and and she's like, or the real Spike's like, "Okay." He goes up there and he's just like where the cut on her arm is, you know. He's like, "Listen, I know I'm a vampire and I could just bite into her, but that right there just and he, like this is her arm, like my mic here, and he's just like
and he doesn't even touch your arm. He's just licking blouse. No. He's just licking blouse.
Yeah, he's just like, "Oh, my tongue's not quite long. I can't reach it." Eventually he it snaps out of it, and he comes. I don't want to say comes to, but he basically realizes everything he's. Like, all the memories come flooding back of what he has done over the last, I'm assuming, last couple of weeks or so. And he's like, "Oh!" Like a little bitch. He's like, "Oh!" And he just, throws himself back into this dark corner, and he just cowers there, leaving Buffy to absolutely fucking manhandle. I forgot the count. I'm going to say there's 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah,
She just fucking...
Yeah.
she just wrecks him, dude. She ends up getting a shovel and like snaps it so it's got a pointy end, and she just like ka-thunk, 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 and then the last one coming running up behind her, and she's just like Xena. She's like and just fucking stabs him from behind, and boom, they're all dead. And then she goes over to Spike, and he opens up his shirt, and he's like, "Make it quick, love." And she's like, "You're such a fucking bitch. Like, you're season 6 and season 7 Spike is such a cuck." And he's like, "Do it. He said you would." And she's like, "I'm not gonna kill you. It would just be so lame to kill you at this. It would actually take away from my overall kill count."
She's like, "You're not Anya. I'm not going to kill you."
Yeah, you're not Anya. I'm going to exhaust every listen to me. Look at me. I will go to another planet to find a way to help you before I would ever harm you, William the Bloody. But Anya, are you still good? Oh, okay. All right. I'm
got my eye on you. Got my eye on you, bitch.
The second you get even just a little crusty.
And that's what I was gonna bring. And that's what I was gonna bring up before, but decided to wait till you had kind of wrapped up this scene. Like if this is such a, like we just said, like a couple episodes ago, she was ready to murder Anya, like just
immediately
at the drop of a hat. Like, nothing we can do for her. End of story. Gotta kill her. But Spike. Like, he is obviously, like, it's worse, in my opinion, than the Anya situation, because he's not in control of it. Like, he could go bonkers and murderize at any time.
Yeah. Not only that, but how many passes has she now given Spike? Altogether?
Well, yeah.
And how many times has she helped him, tried to help him? I'm just saying, what you're saying is 100% accurate, but not Anya, by God. Nope. Anya, one little fuck up, I'll stab a bitch.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I find the whole thing very annoying. So anyway, she's like, "I'm not gonna fucking kill you. You're a cuck. I don't kill cucks." Then we cut back to the Summers residence. And Spike is there with like a blanket wrapped around him like a fucking fire victim or some shit. He's just like shaking and like twitching. And she's explaining, and they're all, and everybody is like rightfully like, "What are we doing? Like, is he gonna stay here?" And she's like, "I don't know." Here's what she says: "I don't know, but I'm not letting him out of my sight." And I'm like, "Well, then I guess he's fucking staying there,
right?
Because that's where you live." She's like, he needs help, and I'm gonna get the answers, for all of us, and like, what's going on, and everybody's just kind of like, at this point, they're just like, okay, I mean, this is Buffy being Buffy, like, not making sense and not doing the smart thing, which would be to put this fucking animal down.
And neither.
What do you do if an animal gets rabies, James?
You shoot it.
You shoot it in the fucking dick.
Right. You old yeller that son of a bitch.
Yeah, you got to put it down. That's the point. Yeah.
And neither Dawn or Willow, as objectionable as they are to this plan, neither one of them is like, "Excuse me, but 3 episodes ago, weren't you ready to fucking murder Anya?"
Right. And none of them had the balls to be like, "And by the way, just midway through last season, didn't he try to rape you in this very house?"
Right.
and she's like, listen, I know it's crazy, but I'm Buffy, and that's the way I operate. And they're just like, fuck me.
Fuck.
So, yeah. Answer, okay. Then we cut back to London. We cut back to Robson's apartment from the cold open. And the door gets kicked in. And who is it? Rupert Giles.
Rupert Giles.
A.K.A.
Ripper.
Okay. That was very anticlimactic.
Sorry.
So he kicks the door in and he charges in and he's like, Robson! Robson! And he sees his wife fucking dead as fuck on the floor. And he's like, well, at least it's not Robson.
It wasn't Robson's wife either.
It wasn't?
No. It was I can't say it without spoilers. It was a P word.
Pussy.
No.
So anyway, he sees Robson laying. Robson has now drug himself like way over up against like a sitting chair from where he was initially. He got stabbed in the back, by the way, but he's like cradling his guts, like his guts are just pouring blood. And I was like, the continuity guy for this episode didn't do a great job. And he's like, it has started. You must gather them. And he's like, Roger that. And we see this cloaked figure coming up behind Giles with like a double-headed fucking huge battle axe. And he fucking draws back and he fucking comes down. And that shit is like right fucking here. And the episode cuts to credits.
Cuts to credits.
So Giles is dead, right?
Could be.
The fucking deadman.
Yeah. Could be.
Could be.
Could be. We can't. Man, I can't really talk more about that until a couple episodes from now when we find out what the actual big bad is.
Yep.
Damn. Well, Jeremy. Well, actually, first,
Yep.
Our music this week: Amy Mann with Pavlov's Bell, and This Is How It Goes. Sandra Collins with Red, and Sleeper Suite by series composer Little Bobby Duncan. Jeremy, would you like to play everyone's favorite game, Body Count?
There ain't no way. I don't even know how many vamps she staked in the basement. I'm going to say 11. 10.
Yes, 10.
Right. You swear to God?
I swear to God.
Ha-ha!
Seven vampires in the basement. 7 vampires in the basement. The vampire staked by Spike in the bronze. The girl that Spike killed in the alley, and Nora stabbed by the Harpingers in London.
Wow.
Yeah. Could you, sir, please tell me and our lovely audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to... Is Giles fucking dead? Do you give this episode?
I am going to give this episode 3. Is Giles fucking dead? Markers. Because it's not... It's better than a 2. It's better than bad. It's good. No. It's better than a 2. But it's not as good as last week's episodes that I gave a 3.5. So, but it's still a 3. It's still what I would consider to be a pretty solid episode. I feel like there, and we went over them as we went through the episode, there were some definite goofy goofy things going on in the episode, and things that are just like, what are we? Come on, what are we doing here? And that's what takes points away from it. But looking at it as an episode, like how does it move the overall plot along for the season, and does it do a good job of that, and yada yada. Yeah, there's integral things that happen in this episode for the overall season. It was fairly well written. Again, not as well written as last week's, but fairly well written. So yeah, I mean, it was an above average, solid episode. That's the way I'll put it in a nutshell.
Sure.
So James, tell us being me and our fine audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many fake spikes do you give this episode, and why?
I am going to give this episode 3 fake spikes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's a solid episode. It's not as good as last week's episode, but it's not a bad episode by any means. It's solid writing, solid story. It had its quirks and faults, which again we talked about, but overall, yeah, solid episode. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was like a nice solid poop, like not too soft, not so hard and dry that you can't get it out. It just kind of
right.
You know,
and then when you wipe, it's almost a clean wipe.
Yeah, it's like the perfect poop.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. No, is that all you wanted to say?
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, because I mean, I really don't have any gripes about the episode other than what we
just small things. Small thing here, a small thing there. You add all that up, you get a 3.
Yeah.
Still a solid episode.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, James, did you know BuffyRevisited.com is our fucking website?
Shut your mouth.
I swearsies to Godsies.
What?
Yes. And if you go there, it's pretty boring and basic. But it will give you links to like our email, which is BuffyRevisited@gmail.com. And it will also give you a link to the video version of this podcast in case you're only listening to the audio version. And I think that's about fucking all.
Probably.
Not much fucking else, to be quite honest. But it is what it is. So yeah, James, do you have anything to say to wrap up this week's deliciousness?
I would kind of like it if you would tell us what episode we're going to be revisiting next week.
Well, I will in fact do that in my outro.
Okay. Then no, I don't have anything else.
All right, you silly little cunt. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this week. Next week, James, we will be jumping into Season 7, Episode 9, Never Leave Me, Werewolves.
It's got to be about werewolves. We're going to get it right one of these times.
It's happening.
Okay.
Yep. No, we're not.
No, we absolutely are not.
Nope.
Nope.
Anyway, with all that being said, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week. I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.
Still turns with a falling star.